Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is September 6th, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. We got the state of California. Check out this little subtle feature off the coastal areas here. Just kind of spinning and moving towards the coastline there. Trying to bring some precipitation here and maybe a few lightning strikes across Northern California and up into Oregon. And I hesitate to even say precipitation because some of those might be of the isolated dry variety. But in the meantime, we're going to bring a little bit more of a surge of monsoon moisture back into the state here over the next couple of days as well. We'll take a look at those details also, and we'll take a look at how long this heat is going to last and the extended forecast. We take a look at this morning, you can kind of see right at the end of the run there goes the sun rising across the region, and you can see that there is some moisture back up into the area. So we're going to have an increased chance of some lightning activity, especially across some of the higher terrain. Again, more on that here in a moment, but you can see we're still dealing with heat advisories, excessive heat warnings all the way up and down the west coast, as you can see here. Southern California, Northern California would be there. Now taking a look at the rainfall chances and thunderstorm chances on the day Saturday, tomorrow. This is National Weather Service, San Diego. Look at Big Bear Lake, almost a 1 in 3 chance there. So yeah, we're probably gonna have some lightning strikes across the Peninsula Range and maybe even up towards the Transverse Range and then the Sierra Nevada. Also very warm today. Look at Palm Springs 118, Anaheim 105, Ramona 110. So you got some warmth. Even San Diego on the immediate coastline there, 87 degrees. So be prepared for that. Taking a look at a little bit further north, now look at Sacramento today versus what's going to be going on as we go through the week. Definite cool down will be coming. More on that here in a moment. You can see Red Bluff 101 dropping down towards 88 by Wednesday. Modesto, you guys get the gist there. Now, taking a look at thunderstorms this weekend for Las Vegas National Weather Service. This does include some of the desert areas as well. It could get some isolated blowing dust, sudden crosswinds, and fire triggers. And of course, if you get some of that heavy rain, watch out for that. And yeah, watch out. Here we go. Moderate impacts. Now, taking a look at Phoenix. Look at this record high temperature for yesterday, 116, the latest 116-degree day ever at Phoenix, Arizona. And they have now broken their record with number of 110-plus degree days this year, 56, which broke the record of last year of 55, and back in 2020 they had 53. And again, I wanted to point this out, the June, July, and August time period here, we had some pretty impressive summer heat. You can see Hanford, their first warmest, Merced, Madera and Fresno, the second, Bakersfield, the third warmest June, July, and August period, which is meteorological summer. Now, looking at today, you can see the isolated dry thunderstorms. Again, that was that little subtle feature I showed you on the mid-level water vapor loop that does include some of the northern Sierra Nevada, the Cascades of Oregon, California, and portions of western Nevada. This is day 2. That threat kind of moves up into the Pacific Northwest, but still some elevated fire danger associated. Now, if we look at the lightning flash density potential, this is for today. You can see we may start to trigger some strikes across the Sierra Nevada and again, Southern California. Then we go through Saturday and Sunday as well. So we're probably going to be increasing that. We haven't had a lightning strike out there for a couple of days now. And then by Monday, some of that's going to be drifting off to the east. But if we take a look at what's been warming us up, here's that ridge at about 18,000 feet or 500 millibars. You can see it right here. You see some troughing way out to the northwest across the Gulf of Alaska. A bit of a cutoff low there north of the Hawaiian Islands. Put that into motion. You can see the ridge shrinking down and sagging to the south there. And that's what's going to help cool us down. Start to get some systems moving through the Pacific Northwest, and that resultant troughing as well is going to help cool us down here across some of the southwest. So that is going to be good news here. If I continue to scroll out, you'll notice some troughing continuing off into towards fantasy land, fantasy forecast, but that would be very nice through the extended forecast. That would definitely keep temperatures suppressed across much of the state of California. So cross your fingers for that. Now, taking a look here, this is the artificial intelligence European model run. What we're looking here for is some kind of big high pressure, which is the reverse of this lower pressure here, to see if we're going to have any offshore wind events coming in the future and any kind of tropical systems. You can see it does have a weak one. They're trying to drift up towards the Gulf of California, but it doesn't make much headway. There's the Sierra Madre could bring some increased moisture there, but we're watching that time of year. But I don't see anything too striking as of yet, but we will be watching every single day because it seems like the models, of course, are always changing, especially when you're looking at 300 hours out in the forecast. So if we take a look at the artificial intelligence on the European, I just want to kind of look at that system down here, and you can kind of see it bringing some of that moisture up towards the Gulf of California, but it doesn't make too much headway across the Mexico-USA border. So Taking a look at the GFS, this will bring a smile to your face if you like cooler temperatures, but you can see what we're doing now. The entire state virtually is above average, some places substantially so. But as we scroll through the next few days, we start that gradual cool down here. Bear with me, here we go. And then you can kind of see the troughing arriving. And look at this, would be quite nice as we go on in towards next week. And then a little bit of a bounce back there, but nothing like what we're going through now. And then you can see maybe off in Fantasyland, that upper level low trying to set up over California. That would be quite nice as well. But anyway, you got to take that with a grain of salt because it's just a fantasy forecast for now. But there is some hope on the horizon. And if we take a look at the daily 2-meter max temperatures here, you can see the valley area is very warm. San Joaquin all the way up to Sacramento Valley, desert area is very warm. Right out to almost to the immediate coastal areas, especially for Southern California. Tomorrow, a little bit of a cool down. And then Sunday, we're dropping these temperatures down a bit here. Look at Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, much better, right? That's, yeah, you're talking about some temperatures maybe getting up in towards 90 degrees here, but yeah, definitely cooler than what we've been dealing with. And we scroll off into the extended forecast and you can see no return to that excessive heat across much of the region. Here's the 8 to 14 day. You can kind of see this near normal showing up here. So the Climate Prediction Center has been seeing it as well. And this goes through September 19th. So again, fingers crossed for that. And the 8 to 14 day, you take that with a grain of salt. We'll be watching these systems as they get a bit closer to see if we have precipitation chances outside some of the higher terrain thunderstorms. But looking at the smoke, this is vertically integrated smoke. This is a 12Z run. You can see we do have that haze out there at times, so you might see some enhanced color to the sunsets. And we do have a fire here. I didn't see a name associated with this fire here along the California-Mexico border, but there are still some fires producing smoke, but we don't have any giant firestorms going on as of right now. So relatively speaking, still doing fairly well. And I was looking down here, but I didn't see any kind of an update. Let me update it one more time here. I don't see anything there, but we have a couple fires here across Southern California as well. Relatively small, but there's the Coffee Pot and the Boone fire there also. And I wanted to again point out the drought monitor. You can see a little bit of moderate drought has been introduced, Southeast California and Northeast California as well. So all good things must come to an end, but still relatively speaking, doing quite nicely. Anyway, yeah, I may go out here and do some photography here today up in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm going to get going on that. Otherwise, yeah, what else? Click like and subscribe. If you guys want a nice affordable home weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. I highly recommend it. It's got its own lightning detection system with it, and it's very fun to watch when you get any kind of weather, or even when there's not much weather going on. It's cool to compare your data versus your past data. It stores all the data for you in the cloud. So anyway, click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.